If they really think that, then I don't really want to be friends with them. And clearly you aren't a true friend, so...
Hey you guys, welcome back to Romance Review TV with Lady T, and I got another recap for you guys. Love Island UK Season 8 Episode 42, and we have a drama-filled challenge tonight. A couple of our islanders get a slice of humble pie. One of our guys shoot their shot to one of the girls, and we have to see how that all turned out, and a couple of people are being called fake this particular episode, or riding the coattail. So before we unpack all of this, take a second to make sure you subscribe to this channel. Also turn on your notification bells, and don't forget to like and share. So as we remember from the previous episode, a lot of drama happened from the premiere movie night, especially between Ekin-Su and Davide. Then of course Tasha and Andrew, with what was revealed about Andrew, and then the whole drama between Dami and of course India and Summer. So of course we want to know what has happened since then. And then this whole thing with Luca and Gemma because of the whole Billy being confused situation. Yeah, okay. So it kind of left the Islanders in a tailspin from the previous night. So what happened the next day? So as we can see in this particular scene, Dami and India are talking about everything that had happened the night before, especially with the situation with Summer. Summer was really upset with being called fake. After the whole back and forth argument between the two of them, or he said that her feelings were misconstrued because he told her that he was into India, but his actions showed otherwise. And then we have Davide and Ekin-Su because they're still facing trust issues. So Davide and Ekin-Su, of course, were burned by also what happened on the movie night, with Davide unhappy to see a clip of Ekin-Su apparently getting close to George at Casa Amor. So, you know, he had a conversation with Adam where Adam told him that the two of them were great together. He told them that there's a reason that you keep getting drawn together. Why do you choose each other every recoupling? Why are you flirting? Because it's good, you know, when you see each other around the villa, both you and Ekin-Su, you do work. And maybe she realized in Casa Amor how much you actually meant to her. And she was also having a similar conversation with, of course, Luca. You know, and despite their ups and downs, you know, Davide and Ekin-Su seem to be like magnets. They've always found their way back to each other, and this time was no different. So they decided to have a sit-down conversation. We, of course, here in this particular scene, Ekin-Su said, I told you, I was honest. If we don't have trust, we have nothing. And, of course, Davide is like, you don't think that you have a reason why I don't trust you? You think there's no reason? And of course she did not respond to that. But after all this back and forth, the two of them eventually, of course, had smiles on their face once again. And then they ended off well. They even closed this whole chapter of theirs with this passionate kiss. I thought they was going to eat each other's face off. I mean, that was a long one. Even Gemma was like, man, they really into that one. So, I mean, it's usual with these two. They keep going back and forth. They're kind of like a low-key toxic couple. I mean, if he's not in, don't be in. If you are, then figure this out and fix it. So then, of course, movie night also left the villa in chaos with Luca and Dami, particularly taking their anger out on the girls. So Luca was fuming of course. And then we also saw this thing with Dami and Summer, because Summer was pissed off that she was being called fake. Now, the next day, Luca did get with Gemma and have a conversation. He apologized for his behavior after he harshly blamed Gemma for giving Billy the chance to flirt. Gemma continued to stick to her gun. She was like, yeah, I don't care what he felt, but I know where I stand with you. They moved on past the argument with admitting that Luca overreacted, and that was pretty much it. On the flip side, we did get to see Dami also pulling Summer to the side, and he apologized for calling her fake in front of the other Islanders, because as we saw earlier, she was left in tears. But the two of them came to an agreement to be friends and to be civil. And, it ended well. Sometimes I wonder, do they have this drama for TV and then they end up all friends, smiling, laughing, and have a good time? They hugged it out, and that was pretty much it. I mean, I understand it. The footage that was in Casa Amor was kind of crazy. And it also, as we all know, upset India too, who appeared to be blindsided by Dami's closeness to Summer while, she was in Casa. However, these two also soon made up. All was well between these two in the villa once again, only for so long. We'll see how long. But, they ended up hashing everything out. She seemed to be stuck on him. He seemed to be stuck on her. They keep going back to each other. And, it was so funny at this point because he has a way of kind of relaxing the situation. He was having fun with her lip gloss and trying to taste it and see how it feels. She was like, what are you doing? But he was very playful with it. And she was like, you know what? I'm here to stay. So I'm like, okay, it's on you at this point, girlfriend. So now they have the suck and blow challenge. This is where truth was revealed. They take a card and pass it between the others with their mouths. And any Islander who dropped the card had to answer a truth about a fellow Islander. I mean, they had everything from three-way kisses between Adam, Paige, and Danica to Billy reluctantly planning one kiss on Gemma while Luca watched. And then the drama really began when Luca dropped his card and was asked to kiss the Islander he believed was riding the coattails of their partner. And he chose Tasha. And by him choosing Tasha, by what he's saying that, she's just riding Andrew's coattail, Andrew was not a happy camper. He was less than impressed. And yeah, he was pissed off at his guys. But it's like, dude, they've been telling you that. The public has been telling you that. I don't understand why you're getting in your feelings about that. I know you guys are girlfriend and boyfriend. But at this point, if the public is seeing it, Dami and Luca is telling you, and it's not like they talking behind your back. They know what they're talking about. Then there's this other thing where, he teased that Dami teased that Tasha was the biggest game player, but he eventually chose to add that to Ekansu and when it came to Davide. Now, after this challenge was over, Dami and Luca spoke about the situation by the fire pit, but Andrew and Tasha, who was still reeling from everything that they heard, was in earshot, so they kind of heard all of that. Andrew was pissed at the boys. And he said that he considered his best friends, he considered them as best friends, but they're talking behind his back. Luca told him or explained to him that, he felt that Tasha has been getting to know every bombshell guy that walked into the villa. He is correct, while keeping Andrew at arm's length. So, I mean, that's nothing new. They've been telling it. And they was like, I tell you to your face. I don't have to talk to you behind your back. And the public has told you too. So this guy, Deji, who came into the villa with India, is single. However, he decided to shoot his shot with Danica. And yeah, he really was grafting because, Danica has an interest in Billy. And she also told Deji that, you know what, as much as I think that, man, you cool and all, and I like your fact that you're coming, to try to get to know me, I'm feeling Billy right now. Now, I was like, Billy, honestly, from what we saw, had an interest when he saw her bent over working out. Now, I'm not saying that maybe there's more he sees, because, of course, Danica's a beautiful girl. She got a fun personality. But I'm wondering if Billy is interested in her for the right reasons. She did have a conversation with India and, of course, Summer about it, talking about her options and whatnot and how excited she is about Billy and everything, and how Deji also asked her as well. Well, Deji wasn't done. He came back and said, look, I want to be with you. I'm into you 100%. I don't know about dude over there, because, you have yet to have somebody who was fully in here for you. And he even told, the beach hut that this is his queen that he wants to go after. So Mr. Deji is serious. The man is serious. He is intentional. He wants Danica to be his girl. So we'll see how far this goes. And she seems pretty ecstatic because she went from 0 options to 2. So the girls was like, you know what, you deserve it, explore it, be open. And I agree, because I don't know about Billy, but I do think that, Deji is a little bit more intentional. So now it's time for another classic Love Island challenge that was back with this particular episode, which is the Snog Marry Pie challenge. So the girls were told to choose one boy to snog, one to marry, and one to literally pie. Now, Ekin-Su, unsurprisingly, chose to marry Davide, saying that they were almost like a married couple. And then we also had, of course, Tasha. She took the opportunity to get back at Luca, choosing to pie him after the comments that happened the night before. So that was no surprise. She told him, you have bad opinions about me, and clearly you're not a good friend. I'm like, okay, he was just telling the truth. Luca wasn't in the good with a lot of these girls, because Danica pied him and Paige pied him as well. So yeah, it was funny. Now, the other thing we did get to see that was funny is with India. India decided to propose to Billy. Then she pied her current guy, Dami, and she kissed Deji. And she walked away with a smile on her face. Now, what flipped this is Paige. Paige decided to propose to Dami. And, of course, she kissed Adam, which looked like it didn't sit well with India. So, tomorrow night, this is what's going to happen.
Tomorrow night, it's the boys' turn.
Okay, so it looked like it's going to be getting good even more in tomorrow's episode. So, pretty much Deji and Summer are the only Islanders that are single. Josh and Coco, of course, dumped last week. Deji opened up with Danica, and Danica seems to be open to the idea, but she also told the girls that her and Billy had some fun at night in the bedroom, creating somewhat of a triangle. Ekin-Su and Davide are back on track. Dami and India are back on track. Also, Luca and Gemma. Tasha and Andrew are the only properly official couple in the villa. And pretty much they did that by, cementing themselves as boyfriend and girlfriend last week. And Adam and Paige seem to be going from stronger to stronger every day. So we also have a voting that's coming up. Who's the favorite boys, who's the favorite girls. So there will be another dumping on the horizon. So we'll have to stay tuned. So I hope you enjoyed this recap. Make sure to take a second that you're subscribed to this channel, and don't forget to like and share. Bye.